welcome back to my series on variant Sudoku. This is episode 2, and make sure to check out, if you haven't already, my previous video on an introduction to the basic rules of variant Sudoku. I'll leave a link in the description to that. Today we'll be doing genuinely approachable Sudoku, or GAS. Puzzle is friendly to beginners, and it drives home the idea of the thermometer. The puzzle that's called Stroking My Ego by Phillip Newman. The way to play is to click the link below. And now it's my turn. Here we go. So, Stroking My Ego by Phillip Newman. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along thermometers must increase from the bulb tip. We have a bunch of thermometers here. This is a 7-cell thermometer, so digits must increase. So if we make this a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's possible. But this can't be any higher than 3, because if it is, then you have to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you run out of digits. This would have to be a 10, which it can't be. So we know for sure this is 1, 2, 3, and therefore this is 7, 8, 9. Now, another thing we can say is, where does the 1 go in this box? Well, remember, thing about thermometers, it can't go in the middle of a thermometer. If it does go on a thermometer, it must go in the bulb end. But it doesn't have to go here. The 1 could go in the box somewhere, and it must go in the bottom row of this box, which means the 1 in this row can't go here, can't go there. It must go one of those 3. And again, it's not on the thermometer in the middle, so it is in one of those 2. But this is interesting because this is a 7-cell thermometer again. So very similarly with the 7-cell thermometer, this again is only 1, 2, and 3, but it's not 3 because there's a 3 down there. There is no 3 here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if there's no 3 here, actually, the entire grid where there's thermometers, it's filled with 7 digits. So again, this is similar. This is not 1, 2, or 3. Or this is not 3, so it's 1 or 2. And this is 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 2, or 3. I probably should have started the clock here. It's 1, 2, or 3. This is 1, 2, or 3. All right, well, how do we do anything? Aha! This is going to give us a digit. Where does the 1 go in this box? Well, it clearly can't go there by Sudoku, and again, it can't go on the thermometer. It can only go in the bulb end, so the 1 must go there. It's the only place for the 1. Gives us a digit. Now let's think about 1s. This leads us to the 1 being in one of these. Well, the 1 can't go there by Sudoku, so it must go there. Because again, it can't go in the middle of the thermometer. Hopefully that's clear to the viewers. So maybe we can figure out where the 1 goes. The 1's in one of these 2, the 1's in one of those 2. The 1 is in one of these 3. This digit is restricted because it's unable to be a 3. Because this would force 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but then the 4 would repeat in the row. So this is only a 1 or a 2. This is a 2 or a 3. And this can't be a 3, right? Can't be a 2, because then this would be a 0. So it could be a 4. If it's a 5, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is possible. But it obviously can't be a 6, because then this would have to be a 10. And this is only a 5 or 6. Yeah, 9s are restricted also on the thermo. This is only a 3 or a 4. This is a 4 or a 5. How do I break through? Okay, the 3 in this box can't go here, can't go on the thermometer. So the 3 is in one of those two positions, which puts a 3, one of these 3. That's a 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But this is not a 5. This is not a 3. So there is a 3 in one of these two. And this is important because if this was a 3, you would have to go 1, 2, 3, but then the 2 would repeat. So you can't have a 3 there. So this is a 3, which makes this a 4, makes that a 5, and that will do this thermometer 6, 7, 8, 9 digits increasing from the bulb end. So these two are a 2, 3. The 5 is forced to go there. Actually, that's the only place for it in the box. Because it can't go there, because 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you run out of, you need a digit higher than 9. Can't go here by Sudoku. So the 5 must go in the bottom, which means this is a 4. Don't know about this. The 3 is restricted. 3 is restricted to one of those two spots. This is only a 3 or a 4. This can be a 2 or a 3. What else? Okay, we can't have an 8, right? Anywhere here. So the 8 is definitely in one of those two positions. Now, oh, the 9 by Sudoku must go on the thermometer, but remember the 9 always goes on the tip of the thermometer, or on the end. All right, this can't be an 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So the only option is for this to be a 7. This is 4, 6, 5, 4. That's forced, which puts a 1, 5 here. This is 1, 2, or 8. What does this tell us? Yeah, this tells us the 9, very similarly, can't go on the thermometer except for on the tip. So by Sudoku, it must go there. And again, the 9 has to go on the tip. Hopefully that's clear, because in this box, a 9 must go here, and it can't go in the middle of the thermometer. It's going to put a 9 up here. Wonder if we can do the same logic. Well, this can't be a 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would break the puzzle. So it's an 8 or a 9. If it's an 8, 3, 4, How would we make 8 work? Well, it can't include a 5. So 2, 3, 4, 6. I guess that's possible. Ah, this is interesting. What can this digit be? Let's give it a color. Well, that digit, right, can't be a 1, 2, or a 3, clearly. Could be a 4, right? Can't be a 5, it can't be a 6, and it can't be a 7, 8, or 9. Because if it's a 7, then this digit is higher than 9. So the only digit it can be is a 4. So this is like a naked single. That's what we call it. When this square sees every other digit other than a 4. So it must be a 4, which is going to do things for me, hopefully. 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. I thought that would do more. Let's see. In this column, we need a 4, a 5, and a 6. It can't be resolved at the moment. Yeah, we need a 5 to go on here. If the 5 goes there, 6, 7, 8, 9, it will not be not enough. So the 5 must go there, which forces 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. It forces this 6, 7, 8. So there's no 5 there, there's no 6 there. This can only be a 2 or a 4. Aha, and the 4 by Sudoku, right? It can't go here or here, so this is a 4. So now that's not a 4, so it is a 5, and this gives you a 4, 6 pair. In these cells, we need a 2, a 3, and a 7, which I will pencil mark that in. This is not a 3. Obviously, this can't be a 7, and this can't be a 2 very clearly, because you'd have to have, you know, 5 digits in between 1 and 2, and you can't use fractions, so that is a 7, which makes this a 2, 3 pair. Interesting pair, like on the box borders. That means this is not a 3. Seven's in one of these two. What else? 8 is in one of those two because it can't go on the thermometer. So that means 8 is definitely in one of these two. And the 9 is in one of those two, so that's an 8-9 pair. And we generally mark a central pencil mark. If the 9 can only go in these two and the 8 can only go in these two, this is an 8-9 pair, which gets a central pencil mark. So we have 4, 6, 8, 9, 2 or 3. So the 2 or the 3, right? It has to go in one of these two positions. So this is a 2 or a 3, therefore it's not a 7. One way you can think about it is if a 7 goes here, then this cell is a 2 or a 3 based on the box logic, but then this would break because this is a 2, both the 2 and the 3 looking at this. So that is a 7. Let's see. 7 place 6 or 7 in the box. Okay, well, the 5 is definitely on the thermo. Oh, where does a 2 go in this row? Well, it can't go anywhere here, right? So it must go there. So that is a 2, which gives us 2, 3. Now we can do these digits, which are a 3, an 8, and a 9. That's not a 3, that's not a 9. And these digits are a 4, a 6, and a 7. And the 4 and the 7 are looking into this. So that is a 6. And this is a 4-7 pair. Now, what else? 6. Very interesting. Where does a 6 go in this box? Well, by Sudoku, can't go here, right? If it goes here, you need another digit in between 6 and 7, right? And it can't go there. So the only spot is right there, which does a lot of things. That's going to deal with the 4 and the 6. That's going to put an 8 there. It's going to put a 1 there. It's going to mean this is a 5. That's a 1. This is a 9. That's a 3-8 pair. So now this is a 2. This is not a 6 anymore. It's a 5. Now the 5 must go here somewhere. And we don't have a 6 to place, so the 5 must go right before the 7. 4, 3, 2. That's the only way it works. 2, 3, 4. So now this is a 3. That's a 2. That's a 3. This is a 1, 2 pair. Don't know which way that goes yet. This 3 is doing this. 8, 3. That 4 is doing 7, 4. Let's see. We need a 6, 8, 9, and obviously they have to increase, like this has to be smaller than this, right? So the 6, 8, 9, we know the order. Or not 6, 8, 9, sorry, 6, 7, 9. So it has to go this way. 6, 7, 9. So now the 1 must go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an 8. Now, what else? Let's see, this row, we need a 7, 8, and 9. And interestingly enough, this can't be an 8 or a 9, right? So that is forced, 7, 8, 9, which disambiguates that. This is a 6. We need a 1 and a 6. And that is doable. That is going to force this to be a 2, force that to be a 1. Now this is a 1. This is 2, 8. 9 is here. 2 is there. 7, 8, 8, and 7. And that will solve the puzzle in just 19 minutes and 32 seconds. It took me a little bit to kind of get started. Once I was able to crack some of these thermos, it became a little bit easier. Hope you liked that puzzle. Stroking My Ego by Phillip Newman. I was able to do it in over 19 minutes. Let me know how you guys got on with that, how this pacing is. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.